Well, hello, and welcome yet again to Dr. Blöring's computer laboratorium, where this time we're going to focus on a bit of soldering. Might be a whole lot of soldering to do. I just turned the soldering iron on, so it's going to need a little while to heat up. In the meantime, I thought I'd show you a different project that I just cobbled together here over the last few days. Not that I spent days on it, but in total calendar time, it's been a few days. In total actual working time, I don't know what it's been. Doesn't matter. What is this? This, you see, this is a Raspberry Pi in a plastic container as an enclosure. Yes, camera work. Camera does work as long as you don't hit the stop button by accident. Here we go. That's how it looks. The voltage regulator going to the Raspberry Pi. I'm doing this hardcore. I'm not going via the micro USB with its built-in voltage regulation and fuses and everything. No, I'm going straight to the GPIO header power in 5 volts, and I'm trusting this voltage regulator, very cheap Chinese crap most likely. So what could possibly go wrong? But what is the point of this? Obviously there are 2 cables coming out. One is for power, and this is for using in most likely an automotive environment where this is sort of 12 volts without engine running, and it might be up to 14.4 volts with engine running if this will be connected to an alternator in an engine. I hope that this will do the trick, and it should, right? That you need to just 5 volts, and it runs just fine when I have it here on this here. I'm using the power supply of the project just to test to get something that resembles 12 volts or quite precisely out of this. Much more precisely than what this thing will be fed later. Let's turn that goddamn thing on. Okay, I'm going to turn it on by plugging an electrical cable to it. There we go. There we go. Now it is turned on. And the other wire here is an iPhone charging cable, and it goes to an iPhone, which then does internet connection sharing. Apparently how to unlock. There you go. Internet sharing is active. So, and then the Raspberry Pi is an access point and a router for a little Wi-Fi hotspot, or what you call it. Why don't you simply just turn on the Wi-Fi sharing function in the phone? Because that's fucking annoying, because it turns itself off as soon as a client disconnects. It turns itself off, and then you have to go in here again and start it. Yes, but you can start it from the Mac if they are, yes you can. If they are Bluetooth paired and within Bluetooth range, yes, then you can initiate it from the Mac. This way I will always have this access point available, and the phone will be charged. Hopefully it can keep up the power supply and the voltage regulator rather and stuff can keep up. Right, I think so. So there's so. I think that this should be working. We can check maybe. However, yeah, we can do. Just a moment to let me get a clean working surface on the computer screen here. You never know, what computer screen on the television screen. Yes. Connected. You maybe don't want to show your SSIDs. Come to think of it. Oh, I'm going to have to faff about then, if I don't want to do that. But anyway, there we go. And that's also, you know what? Never mind this bit. This bit will not be seen because it contains too much personal identifiable information. There we go. We're back. So no demo, unfortunately, because there was a bit too much personal information shown here that was just simply not possible to not show. But that's it. It's up. It's working. So yeah, and that's that. The Raspberry Pi runs a read-only file system, so that's why I turned off. Release, take the power out. But it worked just there when I booted it up. And this end of the cable will have a fuse, a switch maybe, and connect it to a car caravan battery or something similar. Yes, so for now I'm just putting this away here by doing this. And back to the project of repurposing the old NAS with just as old components but with much better components, enterprise grade stuff. And here's where we're at. Here's where we're at right now. The motherboard is solidly mounted into the case. The SAS cards are sort of, maybe not solidly mounted, but they are at least mounted. So, and I put some something just to hold them slightly better in place. I noticed that I will not be able to use both external ports on this card unless I take the angle grinder here as well. But it doesn't really matter because I only have one of these. And I can't really foresee getting another one of those. And also these are what you call it, they can be connected in series with, I don't know what the limit is, but there's a lot of them that you can have. And the speed of one of these ports is many of these drives before you run into any sort of bottlenecks. I'm not going to use those drives. It doesn't matter. What we're here for now is soldering and wiring, but there's so goddamn much crap going on here and so much stuff lying about that I can't hardly think in here. I need to clean this fucking place up, but I still haven't gotten around to it, and I can't really foresee that happening in the very near future neither. But let's see if we can work out what we need. This is of course just a regular ATX connection for the motherboard. That will simply go on there and with my little jumper cable to force the power on all the time, as long as it's connected. And I think if we can connect it, I'm probably going to disconnect it again. But this connector is the other thing coming out of these here redundant power supplies. I mean, I could just take a side cutter to this and start from there. But I want to keep it sort of modular, so somewhere around here there should be, what should I call it, my little breakout thing. So that goes onto there, and we're supposed to populate this with different cables. It's just a whole lot of fucking faff to get the pins out of a different connector and to insert them in here, but that's fine. So far we have yellow for 12 volts. I have not been able to find any red cables to put in there, so maybe we'll go with yellow cables for the 5 volts as well. I'm thinking to get all of these out of here and then to break them out. I mean, I will have in total, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 12 volts and the same amount of 5 volt cables, right, of which in its default configuration here, 4 of the 12 volts goes directly to the CPU power on the motherboard, but that's a bit luxurious. I don't really have that luxury because I need to power this CPU, and I also need to power all of these, the hard drives, the drive base in front here. And what else? Yes, this cable that comes out of it in the rear from that SAS card. We need power to that as well, both 12 and 5 volts, of course. So I want to take that out of here and get that along here nicely and into this. Maybe we'll be getting rid of the Molex connector and just do really now. Nah, I don't think so. I think that we'd rather try and find a female Molex connector to put there to keep this modular and so on. And that's sort of the point. I could just cut it, as I said, solder it all together in one big blob or something. But yeah. Oh, first order of business then is to think a little bit. You could have thought that I should have prepared the thinking bit. I have a bit. I have pondered this during the last few days here. Just how to go about this. Yeah, how's this 10-year-old camera work for you? It's pretty rubbish, is what it is. I really don't care so very much. I usually care very much about audio quality, but that's rubbish as well. I can't be bothered using my proper microphone and syncing up audio tracks and so on. So what I do is I record off the iPhone, and I put the audio through a very aggressive compressor limiter thing, so everything comes out about the same level, whether I shout or whether I speak softly. So it should be fine. Or if I'm angle grinding, that should come out at about the same volume as speeching. Yes, speeching. The act of speaking in real time or something. Okay, well, we have 8 of these coming out of here. We had, you said, 5 of these. How many do you think the CPU actually needs? 2. That's a beefy CPU. It has a TDP of 80 watts. 80 watts at 12 volts. Let me just bring my calculator out here, because I can't really do that in the head. But 80 watts, P equals U times I, and we have we want to know the I. So P U I P 80 watts. 80 watts divided by 12 volts ought to be about 6.6666667 amps. Yes, these are, what are these? These are like 18 American wire gauge, whatever the fuck that is. The stupidest fucking system ever. The number goes down as the wire gets larger. It doesn't make any sense. But I believe that is 0.75 square millimeters. If I'm not completely disremembering things. And what is the voltage drop over cabling and such? Yes, I have that right in my head here. I don't. So we're going by feel. We're going by something. I found I did find it. We're using all sorts of rubbish that I have lying about for this. Rubbish? No, it's not rubbish. As you can see here, this is an illustration of why having stuff like this lying about is not rubbish at all. It's very, very useful and valuable stuff to have, isn't it? Yes, it is. Of course it is. I also have these too, which I still don't quite know what they do. I must be one for each of the power supplies, and they seem to provide 5 volts when the power supplies are operating. Might be to tell the original motherboard that power supplies are okay. Yeah, could be. Now, where did you put that cable? I can see it. It's right over there. Bring it along here. Is it here? Here we go. Yes, this probably won't be all in one take, because I still haven't eaten and it's getting a little bit late and I'm hungry as fucking hell and so on. But this I was thinking of using as a connection for the CPU power, since that is what it is from a different power supply. And this also really, does it make sense or not? You see the plus wire, the yellow ones, they are heavier gauge. They are 16 American wire gauge, and the ground is 18, which I'm not sure that makes sense really. because you have you would assume at least that it's the same amount of current going out as is coming back in. You know what I mean, if you do. And if you don't, that's usually how it works in electronics. That the current has to do with a circuit. It has to form a circuit, and yeah, electrical engineering is not neither my thing, but a little bit. For €10. Are you stuck up on this? I know. Incidentally, it's right here. Because I had it as an insulation thing there when testing out stuff. Righty-ho. I've already blathered on for like 15 minutes and not gotten anything done whatsoever except demonstrating my wonderful mobile hotspot iPhone driven Raspberry Pi thing that should accept anything from 6 to 36 volts, was it, as an input. But anyway, so if we use this, I would presumably cut. We can start here. All 4 of these will have to be intact going into the connector, I think. However, I'm not sure it's actually needed. It might well be that on the actual connector here on the board, that they're just the same point. See if we can. Yes, I'm now putting my so-called tripod on all the components here. Yes, but this motherboard seems very heavy duty because it has had traces burnt on it and all sorts of business, and it's still working. So we put it to measuring resistance. I had to pull the probe out here, but I just used it as a poking device, which is not really its intended use there. And which way around is the positive is closest to me. If I do this, betting it will be no, because we have this. I have measured current recently on it, so I need to move that back to its regular position. There you go. Yes, indeed. These are all electrically the same deal, really. I don't even need all 4 of those. But it would be nice to have, maybe. I think it would make look the most reasonable when finished if we keep it before. Right. Yes, tripod, come on. Play the game and so on. Right then. And these cables are also, because we don't need this much length, just need like that much. These would come in handy at times. Så, vad gör vi då? Jo, men då tar vi här och klipper av. Ser du? Klipper av. The grounds. Yeah, we can put it in here. Put it here, put you here. Sure, I'll try and put you here. Do that. And it goes to my breakout thing, which I really should have finished first, shouldn't I? Yes, I should. But to do that, I need to deep pin a whole bunch of connectors, and it's a whole lot of work. Right, but anyway. Yes, where did it go? It's that somewhere. Yeah, the thing that's supposed to go on there. Where did I put it? Here it is. Here it is. You could even... One thing you could do here is to get... So we got like these 2 pairs out. These 2 pairs out, and left this connector as is and use it to power the CPU. think I'm doing it. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it that way. However, out of here, yes, out of here. Can you even see what it is that I'm trying to accomplish? Probably not. Some rubbish with the camera. Yes. Yes, let's see here now. This is already like a stuff to beyond all recognition. I don't know what this comes from. It comes from something. And yes, there we go. Very good, very good. Can cut off a bit here like this. Don't need it. In the bin it goes, and I will cut this connector too, right? Yeah, that's for a... What is that for anyway? Is that a PCIe power connector? Maybe. Oh, not anymore. Right, it's right there. Let's see if we can strip this off. Try and be in front of the camera at least with you. With what it is that you're trying to do. This is a German pair of pliers made in gebaut auf der Deutschland. Ja, sehr schönes Qualität. Bauen, yeah, do you really bow tools maybe? Bow is like building stuff. But I think it's more like construction, not manufacturing. But I don't know. It is made by Knipex in Germany anyway. Here we go. And again, try and work in front of the camera. Yes, I am trying to work in front of the camera. I'm just not very successful. That's it. Right. Okay then. There we go. We now have that, and we're still here that we're lining up like so. So the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those will be 5 volts. And I was thinking to be clear, a little bit clearer on that it is actually 5 volts coming out there, so one doesn't make a terrible mistake and have an unfortunate accident here later on with this stuff. I was thinking of putting a little bit of heat shrink in there. Right, doesn't that sound like a reasonable idea to do? Yes, it does. Here. Yeah. So we put a little bit of red. Do I have something to shrink this with? Like a lighter. I quit smoking like 15 years ago, so I don't really keep those things around. You can do it with a soldering iron and run it along the heat shrink, but not really recommended way of doing it. But we get out like it could be cheap and use half of these. I cut them up. I think it will be a little bit cheap, or at least economical is what we're going to be on this. This whole thing has so far costed me no money. Right, yes, indeed. Now, just like so. Just like so. And then we put that into here. What's the general idea anyway? Yes, but you should heat shrink it first before putting it in. Yes, I'll go to the smoking room and get my lighter. I thought you said you quit. Yes, I have quit. But I still have a smoking room. Really? It still has not been decommissioned after 15 years. Where I just happened to know where I actually had a lighter. You know, I do. There are other uses for lighting devices, such as lighting up stuff like that. Yes, it is. So we shrink this. Try and shrink this on here. There we go. Yes, it got a little bit burnt. It's fine. So we can see which way round this is supposed to go in here. That way. Indeed, that way. There we go. This one. Again, camera angles and whatever. Right, and did I have any more of these lying about? So far you've done absolutely no soldering here in this soldering marathon, but yes, put in the corresponding ground cable too, maybe. There we go. Solid, out of frame, solidly out of frame as well. Yes. That's all of that. That's cool. So we have here is something that we could also use for powering the external connector thing. But right now I'm looking for. Here's another ground cable. No, that way. No, I won't. Have I deformed it or something? Come on. It seems to be the right way around. Is it like... it's slightly bent. I'll try and slightly bend it back. And then... There you go. There you go. And now where did I put the yellow one? It can't be too far away. Or can it? No, it might have fallen on the floor. It's not falling. Here is one. Oh, oops. There again, a little bit of heat shrink to indicate that this is actually 5 volts. And a little bit of flame. There we go. And connect. It seems as though I have it the right way around, I think. Yes. There, but I believe that that's all she wrote regarding cables here for the time being, which wasn't a lot then. So I need to find more of these from wherever they came from, male pins anyway, and de-thing them, get them out, and get them in here. And I also need to eat. Yes. Should we rummage through, or I shall rummage through maybe? Yeah, I think I'll rummage through and see you later maybe. Right, so I rummaged through a little bit and I managed to find some stuff, various bits and bobs. It is a bit cramped here on the working surface, this has been noted many times by now, and I can't really see what you're seeing. There we go. Right, these have the male pins, but what is this? This would be if your power supply had one of these, and your motherboard had one of these old style with only 4 pins in them. So I think that is not something that I'm likely to have a whole lot of use for going forwards. I hopefully do not have much stuff with 4-pin CPU connectors lying about. And this is this looks like PCIe connect power connectors for GPUs and what have you. And here is also something. Yeah, this is probably not something that I have a lot of use for. So we can see if we can try and get these out. Maybe. I'll also see if I can manage to. I'll put the tripod in my lap whilst doing one of a very fiddly operation here. Yes, this is going to be great. I don't think that great is really the word that you're looking for, but it's like so. What you want is what I usually do is get staples. Reasonably heavy duty ones preferably, and then try and work them in on the sides like so, and you can hopefully feel when you're in the right spot, and then continue. There it went in there, and the other one, this one has already been a bit bent. You don't get many uses out of each set of these. Yeah, come on then. There we go. No. It's like this is really fiddly business. You can only do it by feel. You can't see anything. Just have to poke around until you feel it going past the little catchment pins. Come on. No, I think this set of staples has had it, unfortunately. Yes, because one is now pointing outwards and so on. I'm going to have to make new. Okay, we throw this away and try and take you can get 3 of them. Yes. Straighten them out. Like so. And then again. Come on, why don't you want to play along here? Because this is really fucking fiddly business. And I don't, maybe a little bit too hungry and too tired and too angry and too much of a lot of things really to be trying to do this sort of work right now. Yes, you can obviously see that this has not gone in correctly. Come on, this is going to be this difficult for each and every one of these. Then it's going to take an hour just to dip in this single connector, isn't it? It sort of is. But come on, that's where you're supposed to be. And that's where you're... For fuck's sake. I'll hit pause on the recording and they'll come out, maybe. As the TV chefs do it. These were also 16 American wire gauge, which is a bit, not like a lot, but they're not going a long distance neither, so I think it'll be fine. Oh, come on. Seriously, we can't have this for each and every one. No. You don't want to... I mean, there is the other way of doing it is taking the side cutter to the connector. This is also one way Depinning one of these, I think. Not that I've done it like this before, but we can try. See here now, we need to work our way in without cutting or damaging any cables, or wires rather. Cable is something different in English, because that would defeat the purpose really of doing this. Yeah. Really, is this the way you want to do this? Nah, I think the way I should do it is hit stop on this fucking recording and go eat and continue this either later this evening or it will be night by then, or continue it some other day. But it's this project has already been going on for way too long. Way too long, and I'm not in a hurry to get it done, but the real estate on the desk here is sort of starting to become slightly annoying, that this takes up so very much of the limited real estate that I have. Limited, you have like an enormous fucking desk, yes, but no, it doesn't really matter how large your workspace is. You will fill it up just as it is with storage space. You will fill it up no matter how much space you have for your stuff. You will fill it up. The more space you have for the stuff, the more stuff you'll get, and eventually you'll be at a point where it's just gone completely overboard, and a can of gasoline and a match and start over. Maybe. Sounds like you're intending to commit insurance fraud or something. I did not say anything about claiming any insurance on it at all. I just say that if it's gone that far, just fucking put it to let it go in the fire maybe, and so on. Or I'm just speaking rubbish here whilst trying to depin. No longer really depinning this connector, we're sort of destroying it, but keeping the pins intact and getting them out, hopefully somewhat intact as well, right? A little bit at a time, we're nibbling away at this. Come on. Okay, can we now get... Yes. I just need something. A fine pair of, like one of those, call them, pincets. Yeah, pincets. I'm pretty sure that is not the English term for it. But anyway. Something like this. And now can maybe even just squeeze it here and push it out with a bit of luck. Do you consider yourself a lucky person? Usually? Not really, no. I've not had the greatest of experience with things that involve luck. Also, this destroying the connector this far has not really helped here, because I can't get the pair of these things down there anyway, but this might allow us to see. Can we turn the torch on here maybe? Here we go. So here now we can see what it was that I was trying to accomplish previously. Sort of something like that. And where's the other one? I don't know. But, it would be good with just this one. Come on, mate. If I wasn't on camera, I would have had this whole connector depinned by now. There we go. There we go. I think that should have it. Indeed. Success. So we do the next one in a similar fashion. And this, of course, you can then do without being destructive to neither the connector nor the pins, but whatever, don't care. But it will probably turn out then that just that sort of connector is what I will need here within probably a very short time frame. Here we go, next one. And this is a whole lot easier, isn't it? See, this one is a bit difficult because I haven't managed to nibble off here. Come on, mate. Do you know what you're doing? Well, sort of. I know what I'm trying to accomplish. Anyway, how I'm getting there is up for debate. But there's a lot of things that are up for debate in this world, day and age, and so on. Although I don't think that there has been a day and age where there wasn't a whole lot of things that were up for debate. However, there were times where even though there might have been stuff that should have motivated debate, it was maybe not allowed to debate. And we don't have that today. No, we have complete freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of everything, really. As long as you follow all these rules regarding it, then you're free to say and do, think and do what you want. So we don't really have a whole lot of freedom now, do we? No. In theory, we do, but in practice, to try and exercise, if you have a little bit of more, I'm only speaking hypothetically here, but just say that you had opinions and such that were a little bit outside of the, there we go, outside of the thing, what people usually think and what people's opinions usually are. Yes, and try and exercise your so-called right to free speech. You get deplatformed and you'll get the everything and oh crap, I'm showing blood on YouTube. Am I not? I don't think that that's legal. Yeah, but projects like these, if they don't draw blood, then it's not really, you haven't really done anything now, have you? It's the same thing if you're working on an automobile. You just have to draw a little bit of your blood, so you know that you were in there and that you've done something. So maybe we could have here as a goal for this segment is to de-pin this connector and put red heat shrink on the relevant cables and put them into the connector where they are supposed to go. So yes, this may not have cost me anything as far as money goes, but if you count the time that I put into this, it's not negligible, now is it? No, it's not like I have anything else to do. It's not like I don't have a full-time job. Not like I don't have no, that's private. That's what that is. Private and complicated. But I feel like we're making a bit of progress here now with this with these pins, which I can't help but feel a little bit good about. Good, but it's a bit satisfying to get these out, I have to say. Yes, soldering marathon indeed. Well, at least the soldering iron will have heated up by now. But I haven't. So these things take time. These things really do take time. That's just the way it is. If you want to do projects like this. There you go. That's all of them. There, thank you very much. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of, or we keep those around maybe. Put them over here. On the tool shelf with the keyboard. And now it's not a mechanical cherry fucking switches bit box, that's this, that. No, that's a classic buckling spring keyboard as the old IBM M series keyboards. These guys, Unicomp. They bought the patent, they bought the machining and tooling and everything, I think. And are now making these. It's just very, very sad that they don't have a distribution in Europe. So you have to direct import them from overseas, and I guess like really fucking expensive. And these, we're out of camera again. Yes. But these, I don't need this. Nope. Cut those. There you go. And how many more was it that I actually needed? And where did the thing go? That's around here somewhere. This will be for another day. There you go. Did I put that over there? No, I did not. Should be around here somewhere. Somewhere around here it should be. Yes. It's just a question of where. Can't have gotten that far. No, it should be. There it is. And 3 is just as it happens. It's just the amount that I needed and the amount that I have extracted here, and also the amount of heat shrink tube that I have. We have damaged the insulation a little bit on this one. Yeah, heat shrink takes care of that for us. Although this heat shrink is very thin, very thin, cheap AliExpress stuff. Well, actually pretty good as far as shrinking ratio and such. And very affordable. Yeah, that's the Chinese for you. Best price, everything at any cost, really. Best price at any cost, yeah. Whatever happens to workers, environment, we don't care. As long as we get it best price. That's all what it is about, as far as I don't know Chinese culture that well. Don't know, like. Trying to inspect the pins there, but I think that it'll be right. There we go. And one more. Satisfying little quiet, but I hope a hearable click as they seat. Yeah, but you couldn't see it seating, you just heard it. Yes, I'm doing my best. Here we go. These were, yeah. And the ground cables too. The other way around. Yes. There we go. Do I bother with hacking this up and replacing it with this one? Or I just put it on the motherboard as is? No, I need to, because out of this coming out of the power supply, we don't have the luxury of using 4 out of 5 to power the CPU and just 1 to power what effectively will be all the hard drives. So no, we have to hack it up. And I suppose I just put the cutter to here, cut it. Right? I think so. Yeah, that is a proper squid. Yes, we have. Okay, we have 5 volts going all over the place, and we have 12 volts not going quite all over the place, but over here and there, and we have ground. Yes, so what I'll do here, okay, we do it this way then. This is what we do, we're cutting these. It's close to the connectors. We'll be able to reuse that connector then. I could have depinned this too, and so on. But no, I think I've had enough of depinning these connectors for one evening. There we go. Now, this thing is supposed to power the CPU, and these are a bit short to work with. Yes, so you have to be careful and think about what you're doing. I think we take 2 out of 5 for the CPU and 3 for the drives. Yeah, that seems then it will be like 3 amps each, and a 0.75 square millimeter cable can, that can handle 3 amps at a distance of like only a couple of centimeters. Yes, it can. No worries, mate. No worries, mate, at all. Now, see there, let me see if we can put the camera up here. What happens then? As far as what you can see, that might actually not be too bad a spot for it. So, that's supposed to go there, right? We have this coming out of here. Oh, we should actually make sure that it's possible to hook this up and that no pins are out of alignment. A few pins are out of alignment. Yeah, I need to fix those. They are a little bit bent in every which way, really. This one, we can bend you down a bit, and you should also be bent down a bit, out of shot as always. Yes, but something like that. Try it again. See how it does. Is this in shot? Yes, this is in shot. Sort of. Yes. Very good. Very good. Now, if to do this really properly, we should get the multimeter out and probe all of these. Make sure that we have good connections everywhere, but fuck it. Where to actually put all this, my wiring harness, my homemade wiring harness, where do I put it in all this mess? This is pretty long, this one. Doesn't need to be that long. But yeah, I'm not really going to change it neither. So, enter this. Everything needs to be joined to this. We have this. We have all 8 of these, and then we're also going to the external for the external drives, and also to have something for the system drive and whatnot. So yeah, our work is sort of cut out for us here. Okay. Say we use these ones. These ones will be CPU powered. And so something like over here. Yes, you can sort of see where I'm at, right? I think so. There you go. I'm still recording. Off a piece of. Hasn't anyone ever thought of this? That how easy it is to abort a recording involuntarily or accidentally. Also using these here touchscreen enabled devices to film. Right. And why not put? Yeah, you can use guided access in iOS to lock it down that part of the screen where the recording and stop recording button is. That's a recommended way of doing it. Actually, gets my something like that. I think will do. Yes, lengthwise and everything wise. And always when cutting cables, I always move out just a centimeter or two, which means that my cables are usually a little bit too long. Right, there we go. Yeah, handy wires that will come in handy later. There, we're going to strip this. Like so. I don't actually need to have this here. I can, if this connector will loose, yes it did, and I can also remove this. There, since it is now measured out, and move over to here maybe. There we go. Yes, there we go indeed. Time is fucking 8:45. Yes. Yeah, damn, it's working day tomorrow. Still have not had dinner. Still. See if we can get the CPU powered anyway. Right. Heat shrink off a little bit of a fatter variety. Maybe not quite that fat. Like this. See if we can break into this Chinese plastic. We're not having this fly all over the place. Yeah, we do, but correct colors. How smart it. 2 yellow ones, 2 black ones, and so there, and these of course have to be stripped too. And this joining wires up, soldering wires together. There are many schools of thought and technique on exactly how to do that now, isn't there? Yes, there is. I like the hook method, i.e. that you make a little hook and you hook the cables around each other, and therefore you also have it becomes very strong, the connection. What you call it, mechanically strong. The downside to that one is that it uses up a lot of space, and especially when you're trying to join these this many cables together, it sort of becomes a bit problematic. So what I think that we'll try and do is simply that, like so. Right. So put this on top tip here. Just to you move this away from where you'll be soldering. Otherwise the heat from the soldering may well just shrink that thing for you. a little bit prematurely to what you wanted. I think here, right? Now this, I need to show you here my solder, my actual solder. Where did I put that? There it is. Now this is good stuff. This is good stuff. This is an alloy, 6040 alloy of tin and lead. Yes, and this, I've had this for so long that I don't. I've had it made in Singapore. Is it? Yeah, made in Singapore. It was 0.5 kilogram to start with. I don't know what it is now, but when I run out of this, I don't know what to do, because I tried. I mean, this lead-free solder, I'm not even going to. Fuck that. Fuck that. Okay. I do this so very rarely, seldomly, that that little bit of lead that I might get inhaled whilst I'm doing this. I don't think that that's going to be a health hazard to me, really, or anyone else. No, how would it be a health hazard to anyone else? It wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. Now, let's see if we can't twist these together or something. Not really twist them together, but if we can't get them to sort of where they're going to be later on, without too many of the core wires splitting off and going all over the place, and also keeping it nice and tight and small. Yeah, something like this then. Yes. Let's see here now. Apply heat. Going to require quite a bit of heat. Maybe you should have an extractor fan, or an extractor fan, but at least a fan that blows all the toxic lead fumes away from you. But I'm simply exhaling to blow the worst of it away. Yes, I think that this will do it. I don't need to go crazy with it. Let's make sure that it's all in there. There we go. There we go. Now it's quite hot, and this clamp may have done something to the insulating plastic. Yes, so we need that to cool down before attempting to pull the heat shrink tube over. So whilst we wait for that to cool down and check that it's solid, it seems to be solid. I will not burn myself on it. This one I did not strip for some reason. Okay. And also they are not the same length. I don't know what you were doing right there, but try it again. And try and get it right this time. That also means that it won't be the same length as the other one. The one I just made. Whatever. It will be alright. You know what I should have done before this. But it's too late now, unless I want to desolder the one that's already finished. I need to put one of these over it. But that's not happening, I'm afraid. So strip back a little bit more and see if we can't like wrap this one around the other ones, the other two. Yeah, I'm sort of in shot here, in frame, with what I'm trying to do, right? I think. There you go. So, try it this way this time. A twist. Just out of frame all the fucking time. Yes. Twist those together and then see. Let's try and put some heat shrink on. Twist them together a little bit. There. And then see if we can twist this around it. Around them. Sort of like that. Sort of like this. I can't really see what it is that I'm doing, but something like this. Okay. Yeah. Put it in the vise, in the cable vise, wire vise, whatever. Alligator clips to hold it in place. Let's do this. This is proper solder thing. The lead-free stuff I've not even. I think I've tried it once and what the fuck is this rubbish? This is a joke. I also tried buying, as a private person, as a hobbyist, you're allowed to use lead-based solder. Actually, it's just a little bit difficult to get hold of quality lead solder. So I bought some off AliExpress. It says it has the same 60-40 alloy as this one, but nah, I don't know what they put in that one because it's not even close on the same day or week or anything to work with. Rubbish fucking Chinese. Sorry. But they're destroying the earth. And they are. There you go. Yes, but they also make really cheap stuff. Yes, it is cheap. It's not affordable, really. It can be affordable, but it's primarily cheap. There you go. That's 2. Become 4. Yeah, it feels reasonably solid. So we do the grounds too before we. Yes, we do the grounds too. There, let's try the same, using the same strategy here as I did on the last one, which is stripping this back a bit more to wire it around these two. Right. So twist those together. There, put some heat shrink over it. It's really thin, this. Wouldn't trust it to insulate anything, really. Was it? Aren't you trusting it to insulate this really here in this application? Yes, I am, but it's not high voltage. It's not going to hurt anyone if it shorts out. It's going to hurt maybe my storage server or the power supplies in it or something in it. But that's pretty nice. That's a good place to do this from, I think. And this, put the heat on. Really, it ought to get best results if you do that from underneath, right? Because the heat will rise up. Will it not? There you go, it's starting to. There you go, I do a bit of. Yeah. And these two, which are supposed to go to and up with that one. And remember the heat shrink. course. Now this is a lot of this work here. Soldering marathon. Yeah, if I'm going to do this in one video, it will be like 2 hours long, and that is a sure way of getting absolutely no views on it. Also, it's a sure way of going slightly mad here on a Wednesday evening. So I think that will maybe be satisfied with the progress we've made so far right about soon. Or, well, yeah, I don't know. Obviously. Did you put the heat shrink on? Yes, you did. Great. How's this for a 10-year-old? Not too bad. You know, the thing, one of the reasons I keep coming back to this 10-year-old common thing is that it is, I rather question the person's ability to observe what the hell is going on. If he or she claims that it looks like I'm a 10-year-old working on this. Could be that the person in question does not quite comprehend what goes into this, or doesn't comprehend my thought process, because you've been along here since this was just not even a brainchild. Since I just had an idea of repurposing this thing, and then I've sort of had you along through it all, really, thinking, experimenting with different ideas, not really experimenting, but yeah, thinking out loud and so on. I could have done it differently. I could have worked it all out beforehand, of course, and I could have then shot all the things and edited it together and so on. Now, should we see if this thing this thing should turn on now? It should at least post and be able to show something on the screen, I think. If we don't short this out on anything, so we can see that we're doing good progress so far. Hook this up here. Again, this time it goes in easier, I hope. First time, maybe not. I was hoping I said that it was going to. Oh, come on. Oh, it's struggling. There we go. Thank you. Now, see here. These are not stripped, so that should be quite safe. These two will be live with 12 volts. Nothing dangerous to me. It could be dangerous to components here in the little computer. So, hook up the CPU power connector right there, and we connect VGA cable. Just the VGA cable into this. The other way around. Yes, the other way around. There we go. I think I'm going to hold this like so, to be reasonably safe that it doesn't short on anything. See, if it just touches the chassis, it's nothing really too bad. The power supply will simply kick in its overcurrent protection and shut down. But yeah. Okay, see, do we get an explosion or what do we get? We get absolutely nothing. But why not? Has this one little jumper cable that's supposed to force it on? Has that come loose or something? Hello? One LED on the motherboard came on, but that's about it. So I'm imagining that... but damn it, this cable is getting fucking hot. Something is not right here. Something... something is definitely not right. What did you do? What did you do? Did you... No... Oh, I see. You see what I did here? I wanted to protect, right? But I have so I'm keeping the yellow cables together, sure. But one of them is sleeved with red, right? So I just connected the 12-volt rail to the 5-volt rail. That's what I did. There. Yes, great work there, Doctor. What did you say? Now, those two we're keeping separated from each other. This one is 12 volts. Yeah. The good thing I was holding on to the cable, and therefore I noticed that this is not right. There we go. I don't think any permanent damage has been made to anything. Seems to be doing its regular thing, isn't it? Yeah, do we get something? Oh, maybe sometime, anytime soon, whenever you feel like it to tell you to use. I want to use analog. Ah, there you go. It's working. Lovely, fantastic, and so on. Great. I think that I've had it for today, really, with this. Because there's a lot more stuff to be done. But at least we have power to the CPU. That's great, isn't it? Oh, it's great. And the CPU is also working, which is even better. There you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll continue soldering. So this wasn't quite a soldering marathon because I only soldered 4 little connections together there, but yeah. So there you have it. Cheers, good evening, good night, so long, and thanks for all the fish.